So I mentioned earlier I found this tradition over COVID. When the pandemic hit, I was in my last semester of college. So they sent us all home. We had about 4 or 5-ish weeks left, maybe. And I was just about to finish filming my senior thesis and ready to enjoy college for a little bit because all of my things would have been done. But instead I get sent home to my family, basically. So that blew out of the water any expectations of life that I had left because I didn't really know what I was doing after school. I was kind of just like, well, God willing, we'll see. A friend suggested, a very close friend suggested that I watch The Midnight Gospel. I don't know if any of you have heard about that. It's a series on Netflix. It does feature a lot of the teachers in the Satsang, and Ram Dass has a cameo at the end of it. But my film brain just really liked how it was put together. They pulled audio from Duncan Trussell's podcast and animated it and created a whole story on top of that. So I started listening to Duncan. I started from episode 1 because I was like, yeah, I'm going to get and listen through all of them. It was 400 or something. It was never happening. It was an unachievable thing. But Raghu came on the podcast and talked about the Ram Dass podcast that they had just started. So I was like, well, I like this, so I'll like that. Not even realizing Ram Dass was in the show in the first place, really. A friend reminded me of that a month ago, maybe, and that was when I put the dots together finally for the first time. And I was listening to Ram Dass and I was like, wow, this is just hitting so hard, but what's behind there? And in the first episodes he talks about Maharaj, and I was like, that's it. That's that thing. That's that thing there. And since then I've had an interesting relationship with Ram Dass because he very much is, he uses the metaphor of being the worm at the end of the string. And so for me, for a long time, I only found him after he had left his body. So I had a harder time relating to him than Neem Karoli Baba for whatever reason. But I can honestly sit here and say that Ram Dass and his love and his essence has really come alive for me through the satsang, through connecting with people who have met him, who haven't even met him. That love, that connection, the through line of him just being so open and so honest about who he is and where he is, creating the space for other people to drop in with him. And us all coming together basically because of that. We've all found the same through line and we're all able to sit here together and talk about the same things. And yeah, maybe I don't know a certain word or maybe you don't know a certain person, but here we all are and we're all sitting and basking in this together. And to me, that is Ram Dass, alive and present in this very day, in this very moment, in this very breath.